Property protection is one of the most important things that you can do as a business owner. And in today's video, we're going to discuss all the steps that you should be taking in order to protect yourself, protect your business, and mitigate potential damage and liability, which at the end of the day is what we all want. And that leads to better customer relationships, building trust, and increasing the likelihood that that customer is going to call you back the next year, give you good reviews, talk to their friends, neighbors, and family about your business. And at the end of this video, I'm going to take you guys through an on-the-job inspection walkthrough with Mac so you can see exactly what we do every single property, every single time, the things we're looking for, because you don't want to be held accountable. Imagine going to a property and you say charge $800 for a house wash and a driveway cleaning, and then you break a lamp. You douse their outdoor TV with bleach and water and it no longer works. Now, that $800 job probably isn't going to be worth a whole hell of a lot when you're having to replace a bunch of things, right? So you got to make sure that you're aware of everything, whether it's wood front doors, stained doors. You have to take caution. Cover these things. If they've got delicate plants and flowers and you're doing roof washes, you have to water, you have to cover things if necessary. Move stuff away from the property with overspray. That can be a concern. Rugs, outdoor furniture, cushions, all of these things. It's our responsibility to make sure we don't cause damage, but it's also our responsibility to be good business owners and put things into place that, like I said earlier, are going to protect you and your business. That's with your customer contract or your terms and conditions that you send to the customer before they even give the thumbs up on accepting the quote. So we've got a lot of things in these terms and conditions and the customer contracts that protect us, but also highlight and outline what the customer needs to do for us. Every estimate that we send, they get the contract, but they also get a link to my website, which says these are the things that you need to do to prepare for your appointment. It takes them directly to my website, and then they can read, you need to remove all potted plants. You need to remove any furniture from the house. You need to remove cars from the driveway. You need to make sure all your windows are closed. You need to make boom, 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 right? Just an entire list of the things that we've experienced that have slowed us down. If you roll up to a house, the homeowner's not home, and half their windows are open, guess what? You're probably not going to do that house. Then you've wasted hours and hours, and those are billable hours. That is time that you do not now have scheduled, and you're not making any money. So we have to do our part to prepare not only ourselves, but our customers for our arrival.
One of the things that I really like about the way Mike does businesses is everything's streamlined, everything is tight. There's no wasting of time, because Mike schedules multiple jobs on the day, and if any time is lost on the first job, it's going to affect the timing on the second and third jobs. So everything that Mike does is absolutely streamlined. So I just want you guys to take note of that, because Mike is doing things at a very high level. We're talking about just washing a house here, so assuming that you're just starting your business. But if you start your business from the perspective of somebody in Mike's position, you're going to be light years ahead of anybody else, with regards to your competition, just because you're efficient. So one of the things that Mike does to improve efficiency is text and email automation, which goes out whenever an estimate is scheduled. And that's something that reminds the customer of things that need to be done. We have appointment reminders, immediate reminders. You want to talk a little bit about how you utilize this in your business, Mike, so that way you're not the night before texting the customer all the things that they need to do?
Right. Well, communication is one of the most important things for all businesses, right? That's one of the biggest things that people complain about too. I made a video yesterday about how to use your competitors' Google reviews to make your business better. And I suggested go Google pressure washing near me, go to your top competitors, go to their Google reviews, select the worst reviews, the lowest reviews, and start reading. And you are going to see the same things, right? And then you take these things and you make your business better, okay? Communication, that's one of the biggest things. When a customer gets an estimate from us, automatically, immediately, they're hit with an email with the time, the date, the scope of service, what they can do to prepare for the visit, right? Then the day before, they get another email, hey, it's just a reminder. The day they get a text message, hey, we're on the way, right? Constantly reminding. And it's also important that if your schedule deviates, you have to communicate that, because the last thing that you want to do, like Justin had just said, if something delays us on the first job, that causes a chain reaction and everything else is delayed. People understand, even though we prepare them by saying, hey, we have a 1.5 hour window because we know things potentially could go wrong. But if you don't have these things in place, you don't communicate, and they're expecting you at say 10 a.m. and you don't show up until noon, they're already pissed off, right? And so now every interaction with that customer, it's going to have a little bit of negativity because you're late. You didn't tell them you were going to be late. You show up when you want to show up. And that's not how professional businesses run their businesses. So communication is key, and it's going to eliminate a lot of issues. Hey, we're running about an hour and a half late. Really sorry. Not a problem, Mike. Thanks so much for letting us know. That's all it takes. So communication, and then automating the communication is even better, right? And so that's one of the main reasons that we have all of the text and the email automations in place. I've been doing it myself for 10 years, and we've implemented all of my exact email sequences inside of Quote IQ, so you can use them too. Tweak them a little bit to fit your business, but then, implement them, put them in motion, and it's going to make your life a lot easier and your business a lot better.
Right. So for anybody who didn't know, we designed Quote IQ after all of the things that Mike had in place to streamline his business. So with regards to house washing or any washing in general, the three things that Mike utilizes on every job is the inspection form when he gets to the property, the customer contract on every single estimate that he sends out using Quote IQ, as well as his email and text automation reminders, so that way he can set expectations with the customer.
All right, Matt, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
Okay, so today we are going to be doing a pre-inspection walkthrough. We're going to follow Mac around. This is what we do at every single job. So Mac, kind of walk us through every single job, every single property. What do we do?
So I pull up, I knock to see if anybody's home, and then I start my pre-inspection.
Perfect. All right, so yeah, just do your thing, and we're just going to follow you around, and I'm going to kind of walk and talk with you and ask you some questions about some of the main things that you look for, but just do your thing.
All right.
So what he's done already is set up the inspection form. So he takes a picture of the actual house, puts in the property address, it's got all the customers' information, email address, phone numbers, and then he's going through the inspection and seeing if there's any pre-existing conditions, anything that is notable, so that we are not held accountable. Like right here, you see a bunch of wood that is a little bit rotted down at the bottom, but you've also got some paint chipping. This is a hardy board siding, and you can see just kind of some of the issues that are already existing. And what this also does is it allows us to upsell as well. Like if we see the gutters are clogged, or you've got a roof that's dirty, or a driveway that needs attention, it's a great opportunity for Mac to kind of take a look around and then talk to the customer if they're home, or he can send them the pre-inspection form and with a little note on it can say, hey, we noticed that this, that, or the other was in need of attention. Would you like to get that done while we're here today? And if our schedule can accommodate it, we'll do it. If not, we can reschedule and come back out. And of course, our pricing is going to reflect that. So Mac, what are some of the main things that you are looking at?
Window screens. Those usually tend to have like the most common occurrence with damage. Also, windows that are cracked or open.
Right.
So that runs into a big problem too.
And windows that are cracked, it can be even so slight, but if you are spraying bleach and water at windows that are slightly cracked, guess what happens? That bleach and that water gets in, and if it's a rug, if it's a couch, if it's pillows, that can get damaged, and that's on us because we didn't do our pre-inspection walkthrough, and that's going to cost us money. That's going to eat into our profitability. That's going to leave a bad taste in the mouth of customers, and that's just not a good look for us, right?
Right.
And then the other thing that's really cool about these pre-inspections is it also gives the technician the opportunity to see the property, to see what he's dealing with. Like, we already know we've got a bunch of mildew buildup. You can see it up there. And so he can kind of, in his head, as he's doing the pre-inspection, he can kind of formulate a plan, and then as he's setting up, he already knows what's going to happen. He knows what he's going to encounter. He knows what he's going to deal with, and that makes his life a lot easy and the job more efficient. And so they have moved everything that could be damaged. That's one of the things that we have in our terms and conditions that we send to every customer prior to our arrival. This is all stuff that will not be damaged by our bleach solution. Again, he's just moving it away from the house so he can get to the house and do a better job. One of the other things that when we're doing this type of work that is so important is a water source, right? That's one of the first things that Mac does when he's starting to set up, and you'll see that here in a second at the very end. But as he's setting up, he's got to connect to water, right? And if you don't know where the water is and you're going to waste a bunch of time looking for it, he's on the lookout for it when he's doing this pre-inspection. So again, not only does this help protect, your business from potential liability, being blamed for things that aren't your fault, it's also helping you be more efficient, like I spoke on earlier. Got a jungle here. See, this is a prime example. Like, I know, he's moving these planters right here. The ones that are up here, these things, they are in rough shape. These are dead, right? Not going to make it, but we're going to take a picture of them. We're going to make sure that we document the fact that they were dying before we got here, because this is something, not these folks, but something that somebody that was maybe a little unethical. Maybe they wanted some new plants. Maybe they wanted to get a discount. Maybe they're just scumbags, right? And they come home and they're like, oh, you guys killed our plants. That's $20 a plant, and I want $40 off of my bill. Well, no, because if you look at the pre-inspection, we documented everything. Just one small example of how something as simple as a little walkthrough before the job can save you some money. And again, it's just kind of the small details. You guys heard me talk in a video previously about an employee. It was one of Mac's favorites who, hey, what'd he tell us?
That he refused to remove anything or move anything because that's not his job to move things.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's your job to damage things and cost the company money to replace them.
Right, exactly. So obviously that dude doesn't work here anymore. But again, like, this stuff should have been moved, but it wasn't. It doesn't take any amount of time, but again, it's just these little things that we do that are going to really help the customer understand the value that we offer and the time and the energy that we put in to doing the job right the first time. Okay, so that's a wrap, right?
That's a wrap. I'm just putting the finishing details on the inspection form, and then I will submit it and send it to the homeowners.
Perfect. All right, so that is it. 28-point inspection. You can get it in Quote IQ. If you're interested, you can try it for free for your first month. It's only $1, and you can try everything in the app, including InstaQuote, InstaSchedule, the 28-point inspection that's going to save your business a bunch of money. We've also got something new and exciting that is called the Quote IQ virtual call team. There might be a link down below. I don't know if we're going to launch it today or tomorrow, but very exciting stuff, and it's something that will change your business forever. Anyway, that is it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk soon.